Hello everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. Today we are going to be tapping into the messages that you need to hear right now. The cards that I'm using for this reading are very earthy, so I'm hoping that these will be earth messages. I think I'm going to do another reading that's kind of earthy and from the elements later on, but this is kind of scratching the surface. What messages do you need to hear today? What messages do you need to hear right now? So this pick a card reading is timeless. Whenever you're seeing this, that's when the message is meant for you. If you are drawn to multiple piles, don't be afraid. That just means that there's multiple messages for you. So the message that you're meant to receive, it might take a few piles to really cover the full scope of all the things that are going on in your life. So, I think I might just talk about what energies I'm connecting to when I do pick a card readings. I'm just asking my spirit guides to help me draw the cards that are going to fit what energy you are carrying. When you click on a tarot card reading, your energy goes into that reading. So what that kind of means is, like, if you want to find answers about your life, then the universe is going to mirror that. So ultimately, when I'm drawing cards, I'm connecting to my spirit guides and also your energy. I'm not entirely sure how the spirit realm works in regards to that, but tarot should never feel invasive or draining. It should always feel enlightening. It should always confirm what you're already feeling inside. It should always be a confirmation, and maybe a remembrance, and not necessarily information that completely shocks you. Like, oh, I didn't know this person was lying to me, or that. Don't always trust when you feel afraid in readings. That message may not be meant for you, because that's your body, that's your spirit rejecting that message. So I may say things that are surprising, but you should never feel afraid by a reading. A reading should never make you feel afraid or fearful, or like you need to overhaul your life necessarily. If you ever feel the need to overhaul your life, you're probably already feeling that way a little bit. So it's just really important to use your discernment, to not go against your spirit when you're taking messages in. And that's why my descriptions are always so long in my videos, because it's just so important that you understand that this is a dance between you and me. I'm reading these messages, but you are also deciding which messages are for you. So sometimes I may talk about a circumstance that is very general, and you kind of have to work with me to find out what I'm talking about. So for instance, I could say that a relationship isn't working, and that might not be your romantic relationship. That may be your relationship to yourself, your relationship to work, your relationship to a diet, even a car you own. I mean, it could really be anything. But there's times when it's like, okay, I'm getting this reading done and they're saying a relationship isn't working, but my relationship is great, but I have a friend or a family member that has, been the opposite for me. So it's important to really figure out, where are these messages fitting into my life? And you may intuitively know it. And it's really important that you tap into your intuition to fully kind of take in that information. So yeah, with that being said, not all messages may resonate with you. I may get to your message later in the reading. But yeah, just use discernment. Nothing's meant to scare you. I don't feel like I ever get very scary messages in my tarot cards. It's so funny. Like, I always prepare people to hear crazy things, but my readings end up being really healing, really positive, really beautiful. So I just kind of wanted to explain how that works, in case any of you were confused. Like, the Darkest Wings tarot, is she just connecting to dark energies? No. But I am tapping into shadow work. I am tapping into what is hidden sometimes, because that is what tarot is about. It's about illumination. And what do you illuminate upon? Darkness. What's hidden, what's confusing, what needs to be said, what's what's lingering and needs to be addressed. That's really what tarot means to me. So, without further explanation, I'm gonna go ahead and break down the piles. So, on pile 1, we have this green palm stone. Don't know what stone this is, I'm sorry. And we have a number 4 dice. You guys know how I love my angel number dice. Okay, on pile 2 we have this feather. And I found that feather on the ground. And we have the dice number of 70. On pile 3 we have clear quartz. And we have the dice number of 3. On pile 4, we have some driftwood in this really pretty interlaced design. And we have dice number 4. All right, so I did just roll these dice and get these numbers. So I did not cherry pick these numbers. So if you feel drawn to a number, it's meant for that pile. Take your time, pause the video if you need to, and I will see you in the reading. Hello, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. Let's get right into your tarot messages. I'm just gonna kind of put this aside because we'll need it later. So first I'm going to dive into the tarot cards, and then I will do the oracle cards. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the 5 of Wands in reverse. We have the Hermit in reverse. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, wow. So I heard you've stopped looking in the wrong places. This, to me, it feels like pulling back your energy from things and situations that don't reflect your personal worth. I'm just hearing like not working on things that don't matter to you, not fighting for things that don't matter to you, pulling yourself out of journeys that aren't your journeys anymore. And I just hear that you're only going to be doing things that reflect your worth. Okay, I'm just gonna move this 4 dice over here. I just feel like there's maybe a way that people want you to do things. There are things that people want you to be doing with your routine, and you're just not even fighting them on it. Like, you're not even arguing with them. Sorry, there's a little hair. My cat has been sitting on this desk, so if you see hair, that's where it's from. Yeah, so if people are telling you that you're spending your time wrong, or like you're not responsible enough in your life, you're not really listening to that anymore. Okay, so what's really cool about this deck, this is a new tarot deck that I got, but this card is ruled by the Sun in Virgo. It's Virgo season right now as I'm filming this. This card is ruled by Venus in Virgo. And this card is ruled by Virgo. Okay, you may have your North Node in Virgo or Pisces, and right now, the North and South Node are transiting through Virgo and Pisces. So you may natally have your North or South Node in Virgo or Pisces. This card is ruled by Saturn in Leo. Sorry, I'm getting a lot of information, so if I'm kind of jumping around, we have Saturn in Leo. I think you're realizing that arguing with people just takes away from your energy and your creative spark and your ability to be yourself. It's almost like fighting fights that are ridiculous to begin with, and you're not even going to be engaging in that. And I really think this has a lot to do with your connection to service and routine and your health even. This could be health related. Making decisions about your health that other people may not agree with. Deciding to work less. Deciding to not pursue making money as harshly. And what I mean by that is kind of taking your time with the monetary ventures that you're doing. So like if you're starting a new business, taking your time with that business. People may not agree with that. People may think that you need to be in a job with for sure money, with for sure income, and you may be deciding that you don't want to work like that. You don't want a 9-to-5. That's not your journey. That's not your place in the world. And when people tell you you should be spending your routine this way or that way, you just kind of answer with, you may not say anything, to be honest. You may get quiet. You may get the feeling that you want to fight back, but realize that's not your journey, that's not your place to fight them. Because what you're stepping into is I think you're stepping into this 4 energy, stability, building a home, building a safe ground, making yourself more stable, rising higher. That's really what I'm getting. You're building a platform for you to stand upon. And I just feel like there's no room for people who try and come at you and tell you that you're wrong. You know that you can't build a stable foundation if you're always trying to prove your point to people who aren't on the same journey as you. So you may find yourself, when people come at you about how you're choosing to spend your life and build your worth and build your legacy even, and build your self-sufficiency up, you may be met with pushback, and you just kind of let it end there. You're just kind of like, whatever, it doesn't bother me. This stone, sorry, I'm holding another crystal, but this stone brings in relationships that are positive and meant for us. So this stone is great for calling in your soul tribe and good people. It's just good for calling in genuinely good people. And when I'm holding this stone, I'm getting the feeling that you have people in your life that relate to you. And if you don't have people who relate to you, you will soon. Like, you will meet your tribe. You will meet people who are on this same journey as you. And you may even understand that people who come at you and what you're doing, it's not like they're bad people. They just aren't on the same journey as you. And some of you may understand that some people actually can't be around you. You may limit conversations with them. You may limit interaction with them. And I just want to say that that's okay. So what's interesting, what I'm getting from these cards is it's really important that you look at your chart right now, your birth chart. If you don't know how to do that, you can email me or DM me on TikTok, and I can look at your chart for you and we can kind of work it out. But at least what I'm currently going through in my chart, my north node is in Virgo and my south node is in Pisces. Now, in the astrology transits, and transit means what the sky currently looks like, where the planets are currently in the sky. So birth chart is where the planets were when you were born. Transit chart is where the planets are now. So in the current astrology transits in the sky right now, the north node is in Pisces and the south node is in Virgo. So right now, even though my north node is in Virgo, the transit north node is in Pisces. So what that means, this is a very powerful time if you have sort of that inversion of your north and south node. And even if you have your north node in Pisces and south node in Virgo, this is a time when you're going to be understanding your destiny on a whole new level. You're going to be understanding what you're supposed to be doing, why, and how it fits into your life. And that may be confusing to others because it's not their path. The Hermit in reverse, it's not their path to understand and go down. It's yours. So what that means, though, is you're diving in to your purpose more, what you should be doing with your time. And Virgo rules over service. It's a service-oriented sign. You know, Pisces is empathetic, and then Virgo puts that empathy into their daily routine. Pisces feels that empathy in their feelings, and Virgo moves that empathy into what they do every day. And sometimes Pisces tries to escape those tough feelings, those tough implementations of empathy and feelings, but Virgo does not shy away from that. Virgo is very practical. So with all these cards in reverse being ruled by Virgo, I'm just getting the feeling that you may come off as impractical to other people, but don't let them get to you, because they don't decide what your independence looks like. They don't decide what your journey looks like. In fact, they don't even know what hard work for you looks like. You know, especially if you have your south node in Pisces and you're meant to have your north node in Virgo, you know exactly what it's like to be lost in very deep feelings that are confusing and powerful. And you may be learning how you're meant to take those feelings and put them into your purpose. So what looks confusing to others, it feels just right to you. You're learning where you want to work. You're learning where you want to be self-sufficient. You're learning where you want to go in life. And it may be confusing, and you may not see immediate results, and that's okay. Because what I'm getting right now from all this Virgo energy is that it's about your daily routines now. It's about the mundane things that you do every day to get to where you want to be. And people may disagree with that, but this number 4 tells me that you're actually building a lot of stability. And this stone is telling me that you are going to be finding people who are on the same path as you, and you will find people who ignite your path, not people who ignite you in a negative way. People who ignite your passion, not your anger, not your defensive-ness, not your ability to argue. You may be done arguing about this. It's not negotiable anymore. It's because it's your destiny. And so more kind of on astrology, the sun is in Virgo. So right now the sun is illuminating the south node in the sky, because the south node is currently in Virgo and the north node is in Pisces. So the sun is illuminating on Virgo right now. It's illuminating where you want to be and where you don't want to be. It's illuminating what feels right for you. Let's go ahead and look at these clarifiers. I also want to say this is a good time for trial and error, finding out what works for you and what doesn't. But these cards feel shut down. It feels like when people try and tell you that you're wrong, that you're on the wrong path, it's just, you just shut them down. You're done with it. And you're not even fighting with them about it. You're just kind of either letting them speak their shit, or you're just going, no, I'm not doing that. Or no, I'm not open to advice right now. Or no, I'm not. Like, I'm getting very stonewalling energy. And I'm also getting that you may want to keep what you're doing to build stability in your life rather quiet right now, while sort of showing off who you truly are to the people who matter. All right, let's go ahead and look at these cards. Wow, we have the Emperor in reverse. We have the Hierophant in reverse. We have the Magician. we have the sun and we have the world in reverse. Okay, I just want to say these are all major arcana. Wow, I'm mind blown right now. This has so much to do with your destiny. Yeah, I just feel like authority figures, it's not appetizing to you. I don't know why I'm getting that feeling. Some of you may be like very regal. You may be very regal people. And I don't know why I'm getting that word. Like, it's not appetizing to you. You're not going to take advice from people whose lives you don't want. I'm also getting that you're not going to follow the rules just because they are the rules. You may be really upset with society right now. You may see a lot of issues in society right now, and you understand that society is very unstable. These people who are giving you advice that you didn't ask for, they're pretty unstable people. And you are manifesting something very beautiful. You are manifesting something very beautiful. It has everything to do with your happiness, your abundance, and your freedom above the system. So I do want to say that you may be learning how to use the system to your advantage. So for instance, like having some income that you depend on that's like, embedded into society, and then some that is just your own. Some that has nothing to do with the way the world works. It has everything to do with the way spirit works. That's really interesting. There's a part of you that's manifesting, and then a part of you that is shining bright in the systems in place. That's so strange. So like you may have like a 9-to-5, or you work part-time, but then on the side, you're following your heart and you're manifesting something huge for you that's going to put you above the systems that you don't want to abide by. Like you're learning how to play the game. And these people are trying to get you, whoever's giving you bad advice, they're trying to get you to give everything you have away. They're trying to get you to give everything you have away, and you're not doing that. You're staying true to yourself. You're manifesting what you truly want. Part of you is always staying magical and vibrant, and you're shining. People can tell. I just want to say, people can tell that you are going places. The people who are giving you the wrong advice, they may actually be a little afraid of you. Or they may see how bright you shine and think that their advice is helping you. So it's almost like, wow, that's such a good person. They should have a really good job in society. And meanwhile, you're like, I'm actually trying to leave society, or have a very small part in society, and have things in my life that are a lot of fun to me, that are magical to me, that I know for a fact are my destiny. You're manifesting something really great. You don't have to be a part of any systems you don't want to be a part of. You don't need to have the cycle continue where you don't want it to continue. But you also have to understand that getting this level of freedom and this level of stability may take time, especially if you're actively dismantling society and authority in your life. If you're trying to be the only authority over your life, that's going to take time to build. Especially if this is a new energy. This just feels like such a new energy. And the Magician is ruled over the number 1, is ruled over by the number 1. And the Fool is ruled over by 0. So the Magician is the true number 1. And this is a new beginning for you. This is a new beginning, but look how the Sun is 1 and 9. 1 is new beginnings and 9 is endings. There may be a few more endings and fresh starts that you have to undergo to get to this really stable energy. Like, this is still a journey for you. Oops. This is still a journey for you. So don't let anyone dissuade you. It's okay if you have half of your body in and half of your body out, because I'm really paying attention to how she's above these horses. Like these horses are, they're saddled. They're kind of trapped in this circus. But meanwhile, she's above the circus and somehow in the circus at the same time. I just feel like you have a very important place in society, and it may not be in the trapped, stuck in certain job environments. Like you may be the type of person that helps people get through that energy. I don't know if that makes sense. Like you're meant to be a guiding force in society, not the guided. You're meant to guide, not be guided. And you're breaking a lot of patterns. You're breaking a lot of stuck energy. You're breaking a lot of entrapment. And it's just really important that you stay true to yourself and keep going after what you want to achieve. Don't lose steam. If you lose steam, take a break and come back to it. And don't fight with people who are just not open to what you believe in. And also people who are a part of the problem for you. They may be really stifling forces in your life. You don't need to argue with people like that, because when you argue with them, you're almost agreeing with them. You're almost saying, you have authority over me to the point where I have to argue with you to make myself right. Whereas you're kind of getting to the point where it's like, you are so wrong, I'm not even gonna argue with you. Hold on to that energy, pile one. Hold on to that energy. I really want to roll this dice one more time. Okay, we have 5. A lot of changes are happening. A lot of changes, a lot of dismantling, a lot of power is rising within you. You need to use your power for the right things. Don't use it for fighting. Use it to fuel your spark, your passion, your manifestations. And then we have 8. It's so funny because we have the 8 of Pentacles reversed. We have the 5 of Wands reversed, and we just got 5 and 8 on the dice. And it's really telling me, like, you're meant to work on things that excite you, not on things that drain you. You're meant to put your energy into building yourself up, building these transformations up in your life. You're not meant to drain your energy. Let's get one more. And we have 11. Dreams coming true, pile 1. Dreams coming true. Dreams are coming true. This is all about your dreams. This is all about your destiny. All right, we have one more card. Oh my God. We have transfiguration. And look at this. This is the tower with a snake wrapped around it. And these big, these almost look like lilies, some type of flower. This reminds me, this is very womb energy. This is very birth canal energy. Birth canal energy. This is Mars in the sky. Mars is the sun in the sky. This is action. This is transformation. This is powerful action. This is powerful transformation and dismantling. Because transfiguration, that's very close to the word transformation. I'm pretty sure they mean kind of the same things. Transfiguration is changing forms. So you may be leveling up in a very big way, pile 1. You may be leveling up in a very big way. Because if you're going to step into this purpose, if you're going to step into your destiny and your dreams, you're going to be changing a lot. And I just have a feeling really great things are coming in for you because you're taking the action needed to absolutely dominate. And I feel like these people who have been doubting you, have been putting you down, they're just gonna have absolutely no say in the kind of power that's rising within you. The power within you it's overtaking you. It's overtaking your life. Because it's time. It's time for your purpose. It's time for you to embody the power that others have tried to stifle, that others have been afraid of, or that others tried to categorize in the wrong places. You found where you want to go. And if you don't know where you want to go yet, you will. You will. It will become very clear to you. And it's going to reveal itself to you as you kind of figure out how you want to feel in your life. That's when you're going to understand your purpose. That's when you're going to understand what purpose is meant for you, when you chase how you want to feel in your life every day. All right, pile one, those are all the messages that I have for you today. If you would like a birth chart reading, again, just email me. If you want a personal reading, email me. I also go live on TikTok sometimes and just answer short questions for free on live. So you can always follow me on TikTok so you can stay updated on when I go live. All right, bye pile one. Hello pile two, welcome to your reading. Let's get right into it. We're gonna start with your tarot cards first. You guys got a special bonus card, and that is from the Crow Tarot because you chose this feather. If you see some smoke rolling through, it's because I lit some white sage just to sort of cleanse the space. We have the Lovers reversed. That is so wild. Okay, so when I was drawing from the Crow Tarot, when I was drawing from this tarot deck, the Lovers reversed came up, and I put it back in the deck because it flew out with a bunch of other cards, and I just wasn't sure if it was meant for you, but that's insane. We have the Lovers in reverse. We have Strength. Dirty. I just washed my face, so I have a little bit of skincare on my hands. So if you see some smudges, that's why. So we have Strength. We have the Queen of Talismans. And then we have the Oracle reversed. So the talismans are pentacles. So this is the Queen of Pentacles reversed. And then the Oracle means the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is reversed. I just heard if the crown doesn't fit, don't wear it. I don't know what that means. This kind of looks like a mirror to me. And it's in reversed. And then we have this doorway. It looks like a doorway, and then there's a rose with thorns inside. And it almost reminds me of like a doorway to beauty. So I'm getting glow up energy. I'm getting that people have put you in the wrong category. I'm getting that people don't know you as well as they think they do. I feel like people have made assumptions about you that haven't been entirely true, and I wonder if it's because of how you look. I'm getting glow up energy. For sure, but I just feel like people have put you in a category that doesn't work for you anymore. So that's kind of why I got the message, if the crown doesn't fit, don't wear it. It's almost like people have made you out to be someone that you're not. I feel like people have forgotten about your thorns. Maybe people have only seen you as a flower and they didn't realize that you have thorns. Let me tell you, pile two, all the ways in which you are going to be embodying your truest self are going to be made very known. I'm also getting that in people that you don't associate with, people that you don't want to associate with, they will never mirror back to you the true version of you. I don't know why I'm getting like in-laws. I don't know if any of you have in-laws. People you are not like will never mirror back to you who you are. Does that make, I don't know how to explain it any deeper. It's just like, okay, if you don't like what someone has to say about you, but you also have nothing in common with them, what they're saying about you isn't true. Never take what people are saying you are at face value. If they're not even somebody that you are associated with in a way. I don't know if that makes sense, but I feel like who you are is very rebellious. You're a rebellious person. I think that you reject materialism in a lot of ways. I feel like you don't need much. I feel like your true wealth comes from who you are and what you've been through, and I don't think that people have understood that about you because you are so beautiful on the outside that people don't understand who you are on the inside, what it took to get there. So people may see you and they may be like, you're so beautiful, you are so clean on the outside. Maybe you have a very clean girl aesthetic. Why on the inside are you so rebellious? Why on the inside do you reject authority when you yourself come off as somebody who is regal, somebody who is just beautiful, perfect? I just feel like you aren't perfect, and you know that about yourself, and people have made you feel like you're some perfect person who has it all together and all figured out. You're not like that. You're individual, you're unique. I feel like people don't see the real you. They're not your twin. They're not your twin energy. They're not you. So if anyone is like, oh, I thought you were different, or I want you to be like this, and you're just kind of like, well, if I was to act the way you want me to act, if I was to act the way you perceive me, I would be negating every single thing that I've been through. I would be negating my karmic destiny. I don't know why, I'm just getting this feeling of karma, like you've been through things in life that were meant to shape you as a person and make you who you are. What you've been through is very crucial and very tied to who you are. What you've been through is a part of you. And I feel like people don't know that information about you, or they just wouldn't assume that you've been through things like that based on how you appear. I'm kind of drawn to the way there's kind of like a sun on this strength card. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a sun. I feel like people see you as so cheerful, bright, a bright energy. Again, this like perfect shining light. And meanwhile, you're somebody who is rebellious. You're somebody who doesn't need material things necessarily. You're somebody who honestly may be very insecure at times. And I feel like people don't expect that from you. They expect you to be perfect. They expect you to be all together, and who you are is imperfect. Who you are has been through incredible darkness. I mean, these are thorns. I'm getting crown of thorn energy. Like, you have been through incredible pain and sacrifice in your life. And people just expect you to be perfect all the time and to always be on and to be what they want you to be. And they're so disappointed when you aren't like them. But you can't help it. Who you are is the full rose. You're not the top. The rose needs its stem to get nutrients, and your stem has thorns in it. You've survived really dark things. You've gotten your nutrients from some of the darkest times in your life. And that has made you rebellious. That has given you sort of an edge. And it's also given you this type of humbleness that I don't think people fully understand. You're not humble because it's the right thing to do. You're humble because you truly have struggled with confidence and self-esteem before, and self-worth before. You have doubted yourself. You've given yourself away before, and you're just not like that anymore. But you're so beautiful. You're like this rose in a garden that everyone wants to pick. But you have no owner. In the end of the day, you may have, even like the person you're with, you're different from them. Like, if you have a partner, you're different from them. And I just feel like people expect you to be perfect, and you're not. You've been through things. Wow. Wow. We have the Emperor in reverse. We had the Emperor in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse in pile 1. You may have been very drawn to pile 1. I'm gonna tell you right now, pile 2, you are not meant to be everyone's cup of tea, for one. If I was just gonna put a blanket statement on, I'd say that. I would also say that you understand that even if you have some sort of authority, you're imperfect, you've been through shit, you've been through darkness. You're way too dark to ever be just light. You are always going to say things that may trigger people. You're always going to do things that may trigger people. And it's not because you're a bad person. It's because you see the entirety of life. You see the good and the bad because you've been through the good and the bad. I also want to say that you reject authority, so part of you will always reject authority within yourself. Like, you will never see yourself as the king or queen. Even if you get all this stuff, you will always remain truly humble because of what you've been through, what you've experienced. It's not a fake humbleness. It's such a genuine humbleness that you have. You may get a crown. People may give you a crown and you say, you know what? This doesn't fit me perfectly. I'm not going to wear this. It's like, you are so nuanced. You are so unique. I just don't think that people always expect that from you. I feel like when people first meet you, they see you how they want to see you. Okay, so I chose this wing. I chose this feather because I thought it would be reminiscent of like a crow or a bird. And maybe it is in the sense that you're a very free spirit, but I also think this is angel energy. Angels are always humble to God. You may identify with that statement if you believe in angels. Angels are always humble to God. An angel can never be God. And I feel like you understand that. Because you understand your destiny. You understand that you are somebody who carries out your destiny. But you are ultimately not the person who gave you that destiny. Maybe you, depending on your beliefs, if you believe in like you chose this life, etc., you understand you had a part to play in the life you chose. But I feel like part of you is very humbled to existence, to the idea of the infinite, and no one can rule over what is infinite. Okay, I hope that resonated. I hope that made sense. So we have the Two of Wands. Okay, this feels like very practical advice coming in. Look at the Luna moth on this card. I feel like that's very important for right now. This Luna moth. We have the Fool in reverse, and we have the Wheel of Fortune. Okay, I kind of want to move this over here and move this here. You're not foolish, pile 2. You are not foolish. I know that it's been hard to believe in your plans in a practical way, but that's going to be changing soon. I feel like your life, because you reject authority, because you reject systems in your life, because you don't really fit into places where people have tried to categorize you in, I feel like it's been hard for you to make concrete plans sometimes, or to even believe that your destiny is possible. I feel like people have told you that you're wrong. People have tried to put you down, limit your beliefs, limit your power to start over, limit your power to destroy what isn't serving you. But I want you to know that that's changing. So the Luna moth is a symbol that life is short. It's one of the symbols that life is short because Luna moths only live for about 10 days. They only live for about a week to 10 days. What I want to say by this in reverse is you are on your own timeline, pile 2. Somebody who is on this path that is very different from others. Wow, this is very, I'm going to get into this in a second. Someone who is on a very different path than others, somebody who has been through really hard things in their life. You could have had a very difficult childhood upbringing or young adult life. Someone who's been through things like that can be a late bloomer. So don't think that you're limited for time. Don't think that it's like, I don't have much time to live. Don't get caught in those mindsets. Like, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time to live. My life is too short for me to march to the beat of my own drum. It's not. Your life is on a completely different timeline than other people's. You need to understand that you are blossoming into a very beautiful, capable person, and you are not foolish at all. You are not wrong. Even if other people have told you that you're wrong, you are not. Wow, this is a really creepy download, but if some of you are worried about dying young, you may live for 70 more years. Okay, that's a really weird message. Only take that if it resonates, but like, I just feel like you often feel like you're running out of time because people are pressuring you to make commitments. People are pressuring you to be who they want you to be, to move according to their standards, and you are just not like that. You understand that it would be foolish. It would be foolish to enter the wrong commitments, to enter the wrong destiny, to enter the wrong flow of your life. So if you ever feel stuck, if you ever feel sort of trapped in a certain cycle, know that there's a reason for that, and it's not too late. Spirit may have been taking over your timeline more than you think. Like if you've ever been like, I don't know how my dreams are gonna come true. They're probably just not gonna come true because I don't know how it's gonna happen. I can't even imagine how this would work out. Spirit is imagining for you. Okay, look at how this girl is a puppet of these hands in the ether. This is giving me shadow work energy. It's also giving me Spirit is pulling the strings in your life. Look at how this, I don't know if you can see, let me kind of get up. If you can see, this is like the signs of the zodiac. And look at how her body is literally sewn back together. I'm telling you, that is the thorn energy. It's like people see you as this beautiful dancing girl. But they don't understand that you have died before. You have emotionally died before. You have been through things that should have killed you and maybe did kill you. Like things that completely transformed you as a person. And then look at how this infinity sign is right by these hands pulling the string. It's like Spirit is guiding your destiny. I think I said that earlier, like the infinite guides you. You can't rule over the infinite. The infinite rules over you. And you understand that. You understand your only authority is what could never be categorized as authority because it is so all-encompassing. That is so trippy. Pile 2. But people are like, look at this beautiful dancing girl. And it's like, actually, Spirit put me through literal hell and almost killed me multiple times to get me to move like this. But just know that if you ever feel trapped or like you can't move the way you want, it's because Spirit is pulling the strings. You're on a different timeline than everyone else. It's not because you're stuck. It's not because you're foolish. It's because Spirit has its own plan for you. Don't let anybody control you. Don't let anyone, you don't dance for anyone. You don't dance for anyone but the infinite energy that moves through you and the universe. You don't dance for anyone. Don't let anybody make you feel like you need to be what they want you to be. Show up to work as yourself. Show up as yourself. You don't need to tell everyone everything about you. Hell no. The oracle doesn't give its truth to everyone, and it certainly doesn't give its truth to closed ears. So it's really important to know that you don't have to tell everyone everything about you, but you also don't need to do the rat race for anyone. Be yourself. People will either have to accept you as a full-bodied rose, or they're gonna have to let you go, be your truest, authentic self, because that's probably not the opportunity for you if you feel like a dancing corpse. I mean, I know that Spirit has probably made you feel like a dancing corpse before, I'm just gonna be honest. But if anyone who isn't Spirit makes you feel like that, it's probably not for the best. And I feel like what I mean by Spirit has made you feel like a dancing corpse, I mean like if you've had such a hard childhood and you're learning how to love again, if you had a really abusive relationship and you're learning how to love someone else again, it may feel like Spirit has taken the life out of us and then forced us to come back to life in a way. But that's not Spirit. That's not Spirit making our lives worse. That's Spirit making us a more empathetic and strong figure. That's why people get confused about who you are, because they sense this beautiful, empathetic, bright energy, love within you. but they don't understand that that love and that beautiful bright energy came from the darkest of nights. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. But if you're just dancing for a job that drains you, if you're just dancing for a person who drains you, that's not it. So we have offering, tobacco offering in reverse. And then we have skullcap mushroom. Wait, I thought it was skullcap mushroom, but it's just skullcap stillness in reverse. Yeah, I feel like you may really relate to that energy of like feeling stuck sometimes, not understanding why things aren't coming together. So I'm gonna be really honest, I will read these meanings in reverse, but considering the reading that I just got done detailing to you, I could see why they would be upright. And it's to tell you that Spirit wants to offer you so many blessings in your life. And if it feels like they haven't been coming about in a way that's quick enough for you, just understand that there's a reason. If things aren't coming in as fast as you want, it's because there's an even bigger blessing that Spirit wants to bring to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and read these in reverse because it's important to just at least check out what it is. So in reverse, we have the illusion of power, power hungry, lack of respect, inner conflict, addiction, stuck in habits, and fear of failure. Okay, once again, we have illusion of power, power hungry. I feel like that's where your humbleness comes from. It's like, I will never be power hungry. I will never want power because it's all an illusion, because Spirit and the cycles of life is the only authority I recognize. That's the only power in my life. We also have the cycles of the moon around this card. But I just feel like you think authority is fake. That's really interesting. Like, you may actually fundamentally not believe in authority figures because they don't have authority over the universe. They don't have authority over nature. And that's ultimately the energy that we're tapping into today, like messages from the earth, because it's Virgo season. And it's saying authority is, you can't rule over the earth because the earth will always fight back. Machines will always rust. Buildings will always grow ivy. The sea levels will rise. You understand that about nature. You understand that about life. That may be why I got that energy. You may be afraid of dying early because you literally believe in Spirit to that point where it's you understand that Spirit could take you out at any time. Spirit's done it before. But I want to say, you have a lot of life left to live. There are a lot of things that are meant to keep happening for you, a lot of blessings. I feel like when it said addiction and stuck in habits, fear of failure, I feel like you have been through addiction, inner conflict, stuck in habits, the fear of failure. That's been a lot of your shadow work that has shaped you into who you are. I just feel like that's what I mean by you came back from the dead. It's like you've been through dark night of the soul. You've been through your own shadow. No one has authority over you. If anyone acts like they do, they don't. Don't let anyone tell you who you are because they have no idea. Only God knows who you are. Only the universe knows who you are. Your spirit guides, your angels, whatever you believe in. I feel like you already know that. It's only they know who you are. Only God can judge you. Yeah, and we have lack of respect. So I feel like people may disrespect you. They may be you're supposed to be like this, and now that I find out that you're not like this, I'm gonna disrespect you. It's don't let anybody pull the strings on who you think you are. Only God can do that. Only Spirit will do that. And if anyone tries to suck you under, it's just gonna lead to more shadow work and to more transformation in your life. Let's look at 47. I don't know if that makes sense. It's if you ever internalize what people say about you or to you that is disrespectful, it's just gonna lead you to grow even more because that's how much Spirit values you. That's how much the infinite values you, because some people don't even believe in the infinite as authority. Let's see, skullcap, stillness. So reversed breakdown, fright, post-traumatic stress disorder, unable to move on, and broken. Wow. And it's ruled by Pluto and Saturn. So again, I feel like there have been things that you've been stuck to, things in your shadow work that made you feel stuck. PTSD maybe for some of you. But with the conjunction of Pluto and Saturn on this card, it's really important that you understand that this is changing, because Pluto and Saturn, Pluto is transformation and Saturn is things that take a long time to develop. It could also be systems in place. And I feel like those systems in you, whether that's things you went through in your past that really hurt you, that you operated out of, like I've been hurt so many times, I operate from understanding those times. That's transforming within you. You're letting go of a lot of the things that have happened to you in your life that really hurt you, and they're actually becoming a part of your light. Like I said, you are a rose, but you have your thorns, and those thorns are on the stem that you get nutrients from. I feel like you're transforming. You're letting go of a lot of things that made you feel stuck and broken and unable to move on. You're moving away from a lot of those things. And that's why it's just really important that if anyone doesn't understand you or thinks you need to stay stuck in the version that you used to be, they don't truly love the real you. They love the wounded version of you. So just know, like this, I feel for you really deeply, Pile 2. I feel like people have misjudged you often. But you are in Spirit's hands. Spirit is going to take care of you. Spirit is going to remove anything that gets in the way of your growth, even if that means helping you process things that other people have tried to throw on you. And that may be uncomfortable. Don't be too impatient, Pile 2. Understand that the right things for you are going to come. Spirit wants to offer you more than what you can even imagine. Spirit wants to offer you more than you can even imagine, and don't listen to people who don't think that that's possible, because they don't know. They think that they have authority over the infinite because they don't believe in the infinite. If you don't believe in Spirit or the universe, it's like, then how is that going to work for you? It's not like you're destined to have a bad life if you don't believe in that. But if you surrender to that, like you have, it changes the game. It changes what you get out of it. All right, Pile 2, I hope that made sense. If you would like a personal reading, feel free to email me or DM me on TikTok. Follow me on TikTok if you want. I do like really short mini free readings on my TikTok lives when I go on. So yeah, I will see you in the next reading. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. If you see any smoke, kind of wispy stuff flying into the screen, it's because I've lit some sage just to clear the energy and to clear the space. Before I start the reading, I want to say while I was lighting the sage, my intention was to clear the space, and I was getting some weird intrusive thoughts about things that I actually really love in my life, and I just want to say, and then I kind of dropped the sage and I burnt my book a little bit. I don't know if you can see. I kind of burnt my book a little bit. Make sure that you're not cleansing the wrong things out of your life. Be really careful of not losing things that are actually really great for you because you're trying to clear out things that are really bad for you. So just use your discernment and just be open to the cleansing that's happening in your life, and don't just get rid of everything. Okay, so that's the first message that I got. You don't want to like damage things that you need around. So first we're gonna look at your tarot cards, and then we're gonna look at the oracle cards. You got 3 oracle cards today. That's insane. I don't think any other pile got that many cards. Wow. So we have the Prince of Elixirs in reverse. We have the King of Talismans in reverse. And then we have the 8 of Wands upright. Okay, so the Prince of Elixirs, this is the Page of Cups in reverse. Then we have the King of Talismans. That's the King of Pentacles in reverse. Oh, okay, so the Prince of Elixirs is actually the Knight of Cups in reverse. It's so interesting that there's a sword on this card. There's a sword with this King of Pentacles. I feel like you are removing things that aren't genuine in your life. I feel like you're actively getting away from something. Look how this is. This looks like a hot air balloon to me. Things in your life are transforming really quickly. I feel like there's been a lot of things that you've been unclear about, because this is the King of Pentacles, but there's a sword on it. And it makes me think that the King of Swords is being referenced in this card. I feel like there have been thoughts, there have been mindsets that have actually been destabilizing your idea of wealth within yourself. And I feel like you've been really unclear, like, who is good for you and who isn't good for you in your life. I feel like I think that you've been getting rid of things that make no sense keeping around in your life. And it's almost like, even if it's been hard for you to let go of those mindsets, people, places, things, I really think it's a mindset and like a self-worth issue that you have had a hard time like getting away from. I truly think that Spirit is going to be getting you out of this situation. Like, Spirit has been giving you either messages or signs that point towards freedom and getting far away from what has felt really ungenuine. And I'm getting borderline mean. Like, you may have been struggling with like mean thoughts about people, mean tendencies, comparing yourself to others in a way that is not authentic to who you are. You are getting really far away from that, and fast. The 8 of Wands is such a fast moving card. I just feel like you're going to be getting away from thoughts, habits that have been disingenuine to who you are. Because upright, the Knight of Cups is a very caring, compassionate, and also like charming person. But in reverse, I'm just getting someone who's shallow, someone who maybe is over-idealizing the wrong people or the wrong behaviors. But I really think that like you're getting rid of things that are disingenuine to who you are. I just feel like you're getting rid of things that have taken away from your self-worth and have invaded your mind. You're just getting rid of that because I feel like there's a goodness inside of you. And I just feel like there have been things that have been getting away from that energy within you, or tainting that energy, or making you feel less than. And I feel like you're getting rid of that, and you're going away from it fast. I feel like part of you has been confused, like, how am I going to break this habit? How am I going to break this thought pattern? Even this mental loop that I've been stuck in that just is so shallow, disingenuine. It's not me. It's just not me. It's not who I want to be. It doesn't represent the beautiful energy that I'm trying to carry into my life, the creativity I'm trying to bring into my life, the empathy, just like being a pure of heart person. I feel like you really want to be that, and there's been mindsets and things that you can't get away from and you don't know how to. But Spirit is finding a way for you. I don't know why, but this 8 of Wands, it feels very divine. Okay, this mindset or habit could even be hatred. I don't even know why. I'm just this candle set is making me think of like hatred. Hating other people. I just feel like you're kind of getting away from that. You're getting away from hatred, judging others. Wow. But I just feel like you're getting away from those habits, those mental loops. You're breaking those habits and mental loops. All right. We have the Page of Cups reversed. We have the Judgment reversed. That's so funny because I thought that this card was the Page of Cups, and now we have the Page of Cups in reversed as well. In reverse as well. We have the Tower. Oh my gosh. And we have the Seven of Swords. Things that used to plague you, you're gonna be eating for breakfast. Things that used to bother you, things that used to plague you, those mental loops, they don't clog your brain anymore. They don't matter as much anymore. They don't take from you anymore. In fact, you take from them. So like if you have a negative mindset that you've been struggling with, instead of being stuck in that loop, you just kind of are like, oh, there's that thought again, whatever. Or, oh, there's that thought again. I'm so glad that I am different than that. Or I'm so glad that I'm past that point in my life. I just feel like you're going to be completely moved on from it, and it might be something that fuels you instead of takes away from you. Like, I got through a really negative time in my life. I got through a really negative mindset that I had in my life, and now, like, I'm ready to use that as motivation or inspiration instead. So with the Tower, I just feel like things that aren't meant to be in your life are going to be falling away. I just feel like mindsets aren't going to be plaguing you anymore. Like you may have been getting like almost OCD about someone or something, and it just doesn't bother you anymore. It doesn't control you. Like look at the way this girl is ruling over this this like crystal ball. I just feel like you're not even going to be interested in, it's just going to be completely destabilized. Nothing's going to be ruling over you or controlling you because we have Judgment. I feel like it's just been so hard to break these habits. It's been so hard to like listen to spirit and tap into spirit in the universe and move forward. And then just something's changed within you. I don't know if you hit some sort of rock bottom with this habit, where it was just like enough is enough, I can't feed into this anymore, or if you just realized that like this has no place in your life anymore, it actually has nothing to do with you anymore, and like that was just a mental loop that you were holding on to out of a feeling of lack. But I just feel like things that don't resonate with you anymore, you're not going to pursue them, you're not going to hold on to them. Things that don't mimic where you want to be, it's just not going to be something that you give the time of day. You're not going to imagine about it anymore. Like you may have fantasized about getting revenge. You could have fantasized about, that person seeing you again and you're so glowed up. Or you could have fantasized about all these things happening in the world that would reaffirm your hatred of whatever group it was happening to. Like you're just not doing that anymore because it doesn't reflect who you are. You're breaking the pattern. You're breaking the pattern of abuse, of, I don't know why I got the vibes of abuse. You're breaking the pattern of abuse. You're breaking the pattern of falling into bad habits that just become who you are. You've realized that it's disingenuous to who you are, and you have completely dismantled it. And now it just doesn't matter to you anymore. It's like you're taking the lesson and you've completely moved on. It either fuels you or you're just kind of like, you're done with it in a way I can't even describe. I can't even describe it. It's like, look at the way this plant is just eating these swords. It's like, what used to haunt you, it's something that just, it's almost like eating every day. It's like whatever. I don't know why I get that feeling. Let's go ahead and look at your oracle cards. We also have the number 3. So I feel like just building habits within yourself that make you feel abundant, because I'm getting the Empress from this. Building habits that make you feel beautiful, building habits that make you feel like you are royal and regal and natural and connected to the world. Like, I think that the world is waiting for you to be more connected to yourself and more connected to the harmony that is going on in nature. I feel like nature may be calling to you. It may really help you to get outside again and just stop consuming what has been draining you and destabilizing you and making it hard for you to pursue what you need to pursue in your life. But understand that this is changing. Yeah, you may have been getting too much information too quickly, like social media may be especially draining right now. It's really important to limit your time on it. Yeah, because this almost looks like a screen. Just know that this is changing. You're getting out of that energy really fast. We have protection in reverse. You can't be protected from things you actively choose to be engaged with. Like, spirit can only protect you so much. Spirit can only do so much if you keep choosing to engage in things that make you feel bad, that make you feel drained, that make you feel like not hopeful and hateful and jealous. And Spirit is trying to protect you, but you have to limit your interactions. We have retreat. Wow. And reishi mushroom is so powerful for the health. It's actually used in detoxing. And then we have the card journey. So I kind of said that earlier, like, there's going to be a lot of great changes that are coming into your life. Change is happening really fast, and I feel like spirit has a lot to do with those changes. But also, like, detox your life, detox your spirit. Look, we have this little sleeping bear that's so cute. And this is ruled by the Sun and Jupiter. There are so many blessings that are waiting to come into your life. But you need to protect yourself as much as spirit protects you. If you need to disengage with something, you need to disengage with it and retreat. I mean, that's just crazy. Protect yourself, retreat, and tend to your own journey. You are very protected, pile 3. I just want you to know that you are very protected. I know that there are probably people in your life who have made you feel weak and vulnerable to their attacks and their control. But just know, as you step away from them, as you step away from engaging with people like this, with habits like this that make you feel trapped, your life is going to detox, and all you're going to be left with is this beautiful journey. I also just got the download. If there's a relationship in your life and you're scared of somebody coming in and ruining your relationship, that's not going to happen. You don't need to worry about anyone, any third-party stuff. I think that you're the one who's more engaged with third-party stuff than your person, because you're so worried about something else or someone else that it's like you're letting that energy in because you're so worried about it. This other person, they're just about you. Okay, and take that only if it resonates, if this is about that situation. That message was not for all of you. But seriously, it's time to retreat from the things that make you feel like you're not being the most pure version of yourself. And the most pure version of yourself isn't always good or bad. But I just feel like the habits you've been engaging with do not reflect who you are on the inside. I feel like you are a very protective person. You may have started this habit out of the need to protect yourself from controlling forces, manipulative forces. And then it just kind of turned into you actually letting this thing in more than keeping it out. Okay, that's very interesting. Your journey is unfolding, and your journey is beautiful. Your journey is blessed. And it has so much to do with what you want to manifest for yourself. You are very protected. Look at all of these beans on the side. I'm getting like the magical beans that, I don't know, from that one story with like the giants in the sky, Jack and the Beanstalk. Why is that reminding me of it? I kind of forget what happened in that story, but it's like, it's something about giants. So maybe you thought that what was such a huge issue and plaguing you in your life, like a giant in the sky that you're hiding from, it was actually just something meant to open you up in some way. Because sometimes we go through the hardest things in life to grow from them, right? Because it takes a very strong person to be able to just eat what used to plague them in their brain for breakfast. It takes a very strong person to change into that kind of nonchalant, unbothered energy. Sometimes it takes getting very bothered to be unbothered. All right, those are your messages, pile 3. I hope that this reading resonated with you. I wouldn't be surprised if you move forward and never look back, because the real journey in your life is about to start, and it's going to take a lot of your attention. It's going to be taking up all your attention. You may not have time to pay attention to things that make you feel overloaded, overwhelmed, and drained, and disingenuine, and unpure, and dirty, and fake. Like, you're going to be done with that, because your journey is going to become so magical and abundant and so connected that you're just not going to have time to focus on anything else. So just remember to retreat. Leave it all behind. Leave it behind. All right, pile 3, those are your messages. I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. I'm gonna light some sage just to clear the energy from the last reading. It's so funny. I feel like the piles are connected, and I was like, I'm gonna clear the energy just to make sure that like I'm not being punked by residual energy from the previous piles. But like, actually, I genuinely think that Spirit loves giving as many messages as possible, but I'm still gonna just clear the energy a little bit. This is white sage. Oh, it's kind of falling on here. So if you see some smoke kind of come towards the screen, or like wispy things kind of moving through the air, it's just some sage. So you chose this kind of driftwood. I use this to hold Palo Santo. So it's meant to like hold Palo Santo like that, so it doesn't burn your table. Or you can kind of like actually stick it in to the driftwood, and look at that. I'm not sure, I just use it for decoration. One time I got confused and actually lit it on fire, which is hilarious. Because I was like, oh, is this Palo Santo itself? And no, it's not. It's just a really pretty holder. And you chose the number 4, and I did not rig this. I seriously rolled the dice for pile 4, and it was a 4. I love when that happens. I love when it's like, oh, Spirit really wants the number 4 for pile 4. So we're gonna look at our tarot cards first. Okay, yeah, I think this is the 3 of Cups upright. We have the 6 of Wands in reverse. We have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. We have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have the 9 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, if I said elixirs, that just means cups, but in this tarot deck, they're called elixirs. Wow, let me see if you can kind of see the cards. It's kind of hard to see these cards because they're just shiny. No, I gotta get like some different lighting to really make sure that you guys can see these beautiful cards. Friendship is your motivator, pile 4. I feel like you're more motivated by your friends and the communities in your life than what you get out of them. I just feel like you're shooting for the moon. I don't know why. I just feel like you're really content with what you have going on in your life. You're learning how to balance your life more because we have the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like you're kind of learning how to balance your life. You're learning how to balance all your different responsibilities. And I feel like there's a deepness to you, but also just wanting to have fun. Like, I don't think you realize it, but you caring more about the people and the communities and the fun you're having in your life is actually like the deepest thing you could do. Because when we have the Nine of Cups, it symbolizes our dreams coming true. For some reason, I'm just getting this feeling of like, you feel like your dreams are already coming true. I just feel like you're trying to build something that is just your life. So this Virgo energy, it could just be building like what you want out of your everyday life, and you're kind of less outcome oriented. Like you just want to feel full. You're not looking, you just want to feel like you're in the right place with the right people, doing the things that you think are fun and rewarding. You're not looking to fulfill this huge fantasy. It's just like there's just something about your life that feels like it already is great for you. It's like something about it is just great. But I just feel like you're not looking to be the center of attention. I think you're really letting other people shine at this time and really bringing out other people's best qualities. And that is so beautiful, Pile 4. I just feel like you are so content on some level with what you already have. And you're learning how to make it work, and you're learning how to balance your life. And that is so beautiful, Pile 4. You may find yourself having more energy than you used to. You may find yourself being less sleepy than you used to be. You may find your like sleep schedule evening out. I don't know why, just kind of like this Jupiter and Pisces in reverse. It's just kind of giving me like, you may be figuring out your sleep a little bit. You're not oversleeping, you're not undersleeping, you're not getting lost in the nighttime illusions. Like you're able to go to bed. And I just feel like you're really content with what you already have, and you're just so happy with the people around you. You want them to shine, and what you get out of it is sort of inconsequential to you. And that's such a beautiful energy, Pile 4. So this 4 is, I was kind of originally getting like an energy of stability, but now I'm getting the energy of the 4 of Wands, coming home, feeling content where you are, feeling welcomed. It's a homecoming. It's like, I can finally just be here and exist. I just love that. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting right now. I also want to say that you are really good at bringing people up. I wouldn't be surprised if you say really beautiful, motivational, just beautiful things to people. Also, look at these like 4 kind of streams. That is giving me so much 4 of Wands energy. Wow. I just feel like you may be saying things to people that really makes them happy. You may be making people feel so cared for just in the way you speak to them. And I feel like you're not looking to get anything out of it, and that's just the most pure thing ever. Spirit has rewarded you. The reward is already here, and you're learning how to implement this reward into your life. All right, let's see what's next. We have Death in reverse. Wow. We have the Page of Wands upright, and then we have the 8 of Cups in reverse. Exactly. You're not leaving anything behind. If you watched any of the previous piles, like those are the things you're leaving behind, but like you're not leaving any things that you really love behind. I'm just getting this vibe of like this. Maybe you are struggling to balance making money with doing your passions. All of a sudden, you learn how to do both of those things, and you don't have to leave either one behind. It's like, damn, I really love this job, but I really love my passions too. Do I need to choose one over the other? You don't. Because you're implementing this really fun new energy, Pile 4. This energy of like, I'm just gonna try things. I feel so passionate. I wanna learn. I want to learn how to do things. I'm just curious what's gonna come out of what I'm capable of. Like, I just feel like you are more interested in experiences and having fun and trying new things and learning than being the best and having it be this huge unfoldment. I just feel like you are loving where you're at. I feel like this has come out of a lot of really difficult tests that the universe has put you through. I feel like you've been through really hard things in your life that have been hard to move on from. And I mean kind of like recent things. Maybe things in the past, but it feels like things within the last 5 years. The last 5 years, or even the last 3 years. The last 4 years is right in between there. But I feel like there's been things that have been really hard to move on from, a lot of transformations that were really difficult for you. And for some reason, that's kind of what's playing into this really carefree, fun energy and this ability to stay in this beautiful place that you're at. Because the Eight of Cups in reverse, it's not about leaving, it's about staying. It's about giving things another chance. Sorry if a bug just flew through here. I feel like you're learning how to be committed, how to not run away, how to make things work and do it with a great attitude. This is wild, pile 4. And I just want to be honest, it's not like you are faking this attitude. Like, it is so genuine. And I feel like it really is because you've been through really hard things. And it's like, wow, now I'm finally in this place where I can just have fun and see what works. Now I can just have fun and see what works. And little do you know that you have learned how to actively balance your life. And you've given yourself a lot more stability than you may have even imagined would come into your life as fast as it is. Okay, that's really awesome. What a beautiful reading. This is kind of a short reading, pile 4. I hope that this resonates so far. But you could be learning new skills and you're just being really patient with yourself, and you're also like making the time for it easily, and you're learning how to fit in all the things you care about. I love this for you, and you're just so excited about it. You're just excited. You're kind of done making things hard for yourself. I don't know why, but I got that kind of vibe from this card. Like, you're done making things hard for yourself. You're done resisting the transformation into this lighter energy. You may have come through things in your life where you had to move on from a lot. And like, especially if you're drawn to the other piles, there are things that you are actively moving on from. But the things that give you just joy, that energize you, that feel fun and make you have this community spirit, they're meant to stay in your life. They're not meant to be cleansed out of your life. This is the dream, like, you're living the dream, and that's why it's so fun. And it's just so cool that you are doing things to support others and not so much to, do things out of a selfish tendency. Like, this is just giving me somebody who is a light to others, who is just great to be around, but is also doing great things for themselves. But those things that you're doing for yourself are like somehow benefiting others, and like you're doing fun things with others, and it feels like home, and it feels like a great give and take. I don't know, that's really wild. But you're finding a way to fit in all of your passions, all of your responsibilities. You're learning how to really do it all, and you're not looking for rewards. You're just looking to have a good time. You're just looking to have a good time with the people who matter. So we have breakthrough. Oh my gosh. We have breakthrough, and then we have ancient memory in reverse. I feel like you forgot your path for a while. You forgot what was really important out of life. And now you're remembering. You've had a breakthrough. Look at this crow. This is a raven. This is shadow work, and this is magic. And this looks a lot like the Ace of Wands. It's like you're finally getting clear about what matters to you. Your mind may be getting clear. Like, you may have been dealing with a lot of foggy thinking and like not clear thinking, maybe being negative. You could have been dealing with a lot of negativity. Not anymore. You've had a significant breakthrough, and things are just making more sense. Things are just fitting together. You're understanding what's important in your life. You're understanding what matters in life. And really, It's the memories. It's the love. You can't take all your money with you when you cross over, but you do take the love and the memories and the things that you accomplished with the people that you love. It's not necessarily what you accomplished, but it's like, who was with you when that happened? I just feel like, I'm about to cry right now. I just feel like this is a time in your life that you're gonna remember for everything. You're gonna remember through everything. All right, let's look at 3 in reverse. Yeah, wow. I just feel like maybe at first you were doing things to get recognition, and not even in a bad way, just because you have dreams that you want to fulfill, and then you just realized the people I'm doing this with matter way more to me. That's really cool. All right, let's read this. In reverse, nostalgia, longing, disassociation due to trauma. Didn't I say that? You've been through really hard things. Induced amnesia, resurfacing of past emotions and confusion. Yeah, you may have had a lot of lulls in your progress, in your ability to balance your life and find what's the most important to you, just because of trauma that you've been through, and like negative mindsets that kind of came from the inability to move on from what has happened. But now it's like you're moving on, but in a different way. I feel like some of these things do hurt still. And it's like, I'm gonna create from this energy. I'm not alone. I can be in pain and still do what I love. I can be in pain and still be with my friends and be loved by them and have a great time with them and still push them forward and make them feel supported. And in turn, they support me. Let's see, nostalgia, longing, and dissociation. You may have been more focused on the past than the present moment, and then you realized, wait, life is happening to me right now. This is my life right now. I'm in it. I was always waiting for life to start or mourning the life I had before. And finally, like, I'm here. This is my life now. I need to start appreciating every moment. That's really the vibe that I'm getting. Oh my god, guys, that was so annoying. I ran out of storage and I did like this whole reading and like, I'm just pissed. I don't know if I already said this, but ginkgo is actually a plant medicine that protects you and also helps dementia and Alzheimer's. And I just feel like you really are aware of like maybe death in a way, and like, when I get old, what am I gonna remember? What am I gonna have? And I think you're realizing that the memories are the most important things right now. I also said that, like, look how the Ace of Pentacles in reverse is right under this looks like the Ace of Swords upright. And what this is telling me is like the rewards you're getting right now, the rewards, the tangible like things in your life are actually in your mindset. This is a reward and gift in your mindset. So it's really important to not get discouraged by like what is or isn't appearing in your life, because really this is a blessing of the mind. And we're gonna go ahead and read Ginkgo Breakthrough. Guys, I'm so mad that the video died on me. I can't believe that. But I'm trying to remember what's important, and it's the message that I'm giving today, not if it's perfect. I'm just gonna try and remember everything that I said. So, upright, the dawn of a new mind, new ideas, visionary thinking, mental clarity, and resilience. It probably takes so much resilience, pile 4, to go from being like numb and being like traumatized, because sometimes like amnesia can mean like, how did I get here in my life? How did I even get to this point? And I feel like now you're like, I'm at this point because this is my destiny, this is my dream, because this is my calling, because this is like, because my life is beautiful right now. I just feel like you're understanding how beautiful your life is right now. but you're having a breakthrough. I mean, this change in mindset is your new beginning, is your concrete evidence of reward. It's your mindset. And it takes so much to be in a place of being confused from all the things you've been through in the past and being hurt and wounded and afraid to move forward, to all of a sudden just reveling in your life, being a kind person and enjoying every moment. I want to say that if you ever feel confused or hurt again, or like you've been through so much that's weighing on you, it's really important to lean on your friends right now.